Right, so let's go through this question. And we want to find the mean and variance or sigma of values of the population of coins. It contains only 1 2p coins and the ratio 1:3. So if we write out the distribution of that, so you can have 1 or 2 as your values, and your probability of x equaling x will be 1 is going to be 1/4 and 2 is going to be 3/4. So the mean will equal 1 times 1/4 plus 2 times 3/4, which gives you 7/4.
Oh, because that's E of x, isn't it?
That's E of x, and then we're going to do the
discrete
variance. Yes, discrete random variable. And variance, therefore, we want to do 1 and 4, and the probability of those are 1/4 and 3/4. So the variance will equal 1 times 1/4 plus 3/4 times 4 plus, minus the mean squared, which is 7/4 squared. So that gives us 1/4 plus 3, that's 3 1/4. It's right at the top of every fraction, that's going to be what, 12, 13/4 minus 49/16. So 13 times that by 4, 40, 12, 52/16 minus 49/16. Did you get 3/16, Mason?
I've got it as a...
Gone to sleep.
No. I did it the binomial way, though.
That's what you should have got. Yeah, well, I said it wasn't binomial, didn't I?
Binomial. It just says many, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's no number of trials going on. I'm just going to zoom that in so I don't have to scroll too far down to read this question to go on to part B. So, part B, random sample size 3 is taken from the bagged list of the possible samples, so we can have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2 in any order. We ought to consider all the different ways they can be written out. So this can be written out 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 1 because it does say to write them all out.
So can you write them in any order, or do you write all of them?
Yeah, you don't have to write them. It doesn't matter what order you write them in, but you have to write them all out because it's asked for them all. So those are all the possible combinations you can get, all 8 cases. All right. And you can imply it, they said in the mark scheme, by just saying there's 3 lots of this method and there's 3 lots of that. I think it's better just to write them out. When it asks for all of them, write them all out. Okay. Now, once you find the sampling distribution, the mean of each of these values. Okay. So what we've got probability that x bar equals little x bar, and our x bars are going to be, well, the first one's 1, and then the second group are all going to be the same at, what's that going to be, 4/3. Next one's going to be 5/3, and the last one is just going to be 2. So probability of 1, 1, 1 happening, they tell you how they're distributed. 1 to 3, wasn't it? So 1 to 3, so that's going to be 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4, so it's 1/64 for this one. This one's going to be 3 times 1/4 times 1/4 times 3/4, so it's 9/64. This one's going to be 3 times 1/4 times 3/4 times 3/4, so it's at 27/64. And last not but least, you're going to have 3/4 times 3/4 times 3/4, which is also 27/64 for that probability. I think that's all the question asks for. Just, find the sampling distribution of the mean value of the samples. This is the sampling distribution of the mean value of each sample. The mean of this sample is 1, the mean of this sample is 4/3, the mean of this sample is 5/3, the mean of this sample is 2, and these are the probabilities of getting those results.
Yeah, got it.
Cool. I've got that.
Now, okay, going through this question, list all the possible samples of size 3 with median 5p. So we could have 1, 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, and 5, 5, 5. But that's not all the possible samples. We can also have 5, 1, 5, and 5, 5, 1, and similarly with the 2. Okay, I think we have covered all the bases there. It's not very clear on the answer scheme. What? Oh, yeah, it's 1, 3, and 3, and we got 1 and 3 and 3. Good. Find the probability the median value of the sample is 5p. So that's going to be the probability of all that. So you've got 50% of 1p coins. So you've got 0.5 times, what was it? 0.3 squared times 3, the top one. Next one, you've got 0.2 times 0.3 squared times 3 for the middle one, plus what we got, 0.3 cubed, and that all comes out to be 0.216 when you work that out. Any questions there?
B.
You sure?
That's part B, yeah. So it's got in the mark scheme. This should come out as, this bit here comes out as 0.135, and this one comes out as 0.054 if you want to know the intermediate marks, and this one's 0.027 if you want to see where you went wrong. Okay. Part C. Find the sampling distribution, the median of the samples of size 3. So we can have basically 3 different medians. We can have 1, 2, and 5. Let's just do the probability that the median equals 1 first. So the probability that we get median equals 1, well, we're going to have 1, 1, 1, and we're going to have 1, 1, 5, and we're going to have 1, 1, 2, and there's 3 lots of these and 3 lots of these. So the probability of 1, 1, 1, I'm just going to zoom out a bit there, 0.5 cubed, and then we've got plus 0.5 squared times 0.3 times 3, plus 0.5 squared times 0.2 times 3, and that all comes out to be 0.5 after all that. Probability of the median is 2, so we can have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5, pattern is emerging times 3 lots of those, 2, 2, 1 times 3 lots of those, so that gives you 0.2 cubed plus 0.23 times 0.2 squared times 0.3 plus 3 times 0.2 squared times 0.5, and that comes out to be 0.284. So therefore, medians can be 1, 2, or 5, and their probabilities is equal to, probability of 1 was 0.5, probability is 0.284, and the probability of the one before that was 0.216.
I didn't get this median 2 one right.
Do you understand where you went wrong?
So I did 0.2 cubed times 3 times 0.2 squared times 0.3 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I must have just made a calculator mistake.
Just made a mistake in your calculator. So on that, you'd have lost 2 marks if you did that, because you lost mark for, there's an accuracy mark here, and there's an accuracy mark here, you'd have lost on follow through. So you'd have lost 2 marks out of the 11. It's not a disaster, but you want to try and avoid that. But then again, I gave you 5 minutes to do it rather than 11, so you'd have plenty more time. And you can check all your answers add up to 1. That's the other key. Those 3 answers here must add up to 1, so you can know where you...
I worked out median 1 by doing 1 minus the other 2.
Oh, well, that's a bit tricky. That's a bit dangerous. I suggest you calculate them all and then check them against each other in the actual exam.
Yeah, to check.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, is that cool? You reckon you guys got that topic sussed now?
Yeah.
There's another one you can practice. You should be able to practice it now on your own and then check against the answers in the mark scheme. All right?
Yeah. All right. Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot. See you again.
Right.
Bye-bye.